Everyone, too. It's the Fight City and Last Call present. It is Bellator Weekend of Violence. This man here, well, he made a splash of a contender series. He has a famous wife. I don't know who it is yet, but we'll talk about that. But more importantly, he is one of Bellator's new signings here. Their new blood at welterweight, and he's promising to make a statement come soon. I give you wrestler, fighter, celebrity. I give you Austin Vanderford. Austin, you're coming in a weird way in that they know who you are. I mean, your opponent, Cody Jones, he looks at you and goes, "This is my opportunity. This is my golden ticket." How tough is that in terms of your guy who's only 6-0 and yet people are looking at you going, "He's the meal ticket. He's a title shot because I beat him, I get notoriety."
Yeah, I think it's a unique position to be in. As you said, I'm only 6-0, and I don't have a ton of experience on paper as far as MMA goes, but I've competed my entire life. I started off wrestling when I was 5 years old, and to kind of be propelled up to this position, it's fun, it's a blessing, and I'm excited. I'm ready to get after it tomorrow, to me, I think it's a great opportunity for myself too. I got a lot of people watching, and I believe in my skill set. I know my coaches and my teammates do, and so yeah, I'm ready.
Your second fight out, you take on Ben Fodor, who otherwise known as a superhero here. So how much does it help you that it's not like boxing where, you're 6-0 and you haven't faced anybody except for a couple guys who have one win combined. You face guys who are 7-2, 8-2, 6-2, 4-0. You haven't had, you have not had this easy career. You've had to literally work for your food.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I was just telling someone, my opponent's combined record is, something that you wouldn't necessarily see from a guy who's 6-0 with my experience set on paper, like I said. But I feel like I've tested myself early on in my career, and that's helped me get to this position, and I'm ready and I'm excited, and I just want to keep building it up, and to me, this is my whole life, and I love this. I'm married to a professional fighter as well, and so there isn't too much time in the day that we're not really talking about MMA or strength and conditioning or whatever. So,
how much does it help that your wife, we'll talk about later, does get it? That you're not married to somebody who's from another industry, another profession, so that when you're having a bad day, when you say, "Honey, my wrestling was off," or "Honey, I just don't feel that great," or "Honey, my back is hurt," she can go, "I understand," and there's not that. Well, I had a bad day too, and you guys look and go, "You have no idea what we're talking about."
It's crazy. It's such a completely different dynamic than I guess what you would consider normal and whatnot, and I think it helps so much. As you said, we have our days at practice where we feel off in certain positions or skills or whatnot, and we're different. We're quite a bit different sizes, so a lot of our practices, she'll go first and then I'll go, so we'll be able to watch each other and kind of break things down, and I think it's awesome, and I think it helps, and it's helped me get to where I'm at as well.
You talked about how this for you is the best place because you're away from UFC. It's your own name, your own career. You and Paige have your own separate stuff. And that this is the division which is loaded with talent. You've got Venom Page. You've got Rory McDonald. Is this the perfect? Do you feel this is perfect for you? And you have a murderer's row, and you get to see, all right, how good am I really?
Yeah, 100%. And I've said before, I want to test my skills. I want to see where I'm at. I want to compete with the best. And it's tough to argue the division that I'm in here. There's a ton of killers and a lot of tough guys, and murderers row. And so I do. I feel like that. I feel like this is my place, and I'm kind of cementing my own career, my own path, and whatnot.
Paige Van Zandt, that's your wife. You guys are happily married.
Paige Vanderford.
Paige Vanderford. I brought that up because I want to know, you see everything we don't. People probably have snickered at you always behind your back of, there's Mr. Paige Van Zandt. Or you'll go on Twitter and you'll see the hatred she gets, more of a Donald Trump at times.
Yeah.
How much does it bother you that they hate you too, and yet they haven't met you? They're just people who they are either jealous of what you have or what they think you have.
It's tough to, for me, it's tough to pay much attention to that. It's easier for me than, maybe it is for her at times. I've got thick skin, and their words and just people's opinions. You have a hard time changing people's opinions, especially when it's, people who have never met us or never met me and whatnot. But, I can't remember who told me it or whatever, but I kind of live by a quote, people aren't going to talk shit about you who are above you. It's the people who are below you. And, that can be somewhat of an egotistical quote, someone might take it as that. But really it's the truth. I mean, you're not going to talk about someone who's, doing better or doing worse than you get what I'm saying. It's
Last page question, we'll move on. How tough is it for you as a husband seeing her get attacked and you can't do anything? Because as you said, this is part of the business.
Yeah.
There's people who will crap on her for fighting, for her modeling, for anything. And in a perfect world, if they said that to her face, you could go and we'll teach them a lesson. Here, it's you got, as I said, you got to have that thick skin and just sometimes about roll with it.
Yeah, I think more for me, honestly, what hurts me more is like seeing it about her. I don't really give a shit what people, people are gonna make their opinions about me or say whatever. I could care less. I feel like my career and my accomplishments speak for themselves and whatnot. So people are gonna hate on my fighting or whatever. Call me Mr. Van Zandt. It doesn't really hurt my feelings, but it does hit home a little more when they talk about her and stuff because I want to be protective and want to be, the husband to step in. But like I said, you can't pay much attention because it's all online and it's all people who would never say something to my face or say it to her face or they get dropped. So it is what it is.
In 1 month, Lorenz Larkin and Andre Koreshkov are going to meet in a fight. I'm guessing that's what you want. That if you win this fight and you win impressively, you want to fight with a Larkin, with a John Fitch, a Koreshkov, somebody who you're going to find out right away. All right, am I that good? Do I have championship level, or do I need to start making more changes? Is that the plan? But after this fight, you want to call out somebody who they're on the top of the food chain. They're somebody that'll get you a main event fight.
Yeah, definitely. So I've got a great management team and coaches, and we got a good game plan in place. And so, for me, we're taking it one fight at a time, and I'll go out there. But that's the plan. Like I said, I want to test myself, and I want to see where I stack up, and what changes I need to make, what I need to keep doing, and all that. And so, that's the goal. I always want to move up and fight tougher competition.
Last question, I'll let you go. How do you handle the pressure this week? Because it's different fighting Contender Series, different fighting Ben Fodor.
Yeah.
Now you're being dragged around. Oh, let's do media. Hey, by the way, you're fighting on TV. Hey, by the way, you're telling your story. It's all the small things that build up and take away from time, I'm guessing, this leading up to this fight. How do you compartmentalize and not let things just spiral out of control where you find yourself, your weight's getting out of control, or you're training because, hey, I got 5 interviews, or hey, I got a photo shoot, or hey, I'm doing this World Press Tour. I'm eating everything in front of me because, damn, the food looks good.
Yeah, so, I think another part of Paige and I's relationship that's really helped me out is, I've kind of been forced into the spotlight early on in my career, and so I've experienced a lot of this. I've seen how she does it. She's done 100 of these and whatnot, and so I've kind of experienced it without actually experiencing it, and I feel like it's prepared me to be here for this, and it's not as much of a surprise as it would be if this was the first time I'd ever seen something like this, and kind of you get what I'm saying, like that. So
once again, it's Austin Vanderford will be fighting this weekend. Before we let you go, where can the fans check you out? I have a Twitter page, Instagram, and the website. Plus, who are the sponsors for you this fight coming up?
Yeah, so all my handles are Austin V 170 MMA, and that's Instagram and Twitter is kind of what I stick to. But my biggest sponsors, Live Body, TC1, those are my big ones, and I've got some others that I'll have on my shorts and whatnot. So
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's Austin Vanderford. We come back, we got a whole lot more here. It's the Fight City Last Call present Bellator's Weekend of Violence.